big here in Jade Helm. The globalists are getting ready, clearly, to roll out more military on the streets of America. The FBI saying brace for al-Qaeda attacks, a.k.a. ISIS attacks any moment. I haven't figured out every angle of this yet, but our researchers here at InfoWars, David Knight, Jakari Jackson, Rob Dew, and others, dug into the logo, and there it was, Mastering the Human Domain. Turns out that's the name of an entire Pentagon program fusing domestic intel and sociology and anthropology together for domestic takeover. And they admit that in working with local police. I mean, we knew from the document a lot of it was domestic. And then they lied and said they never said that in the document. But, man, they're really freaking out over this big time. And they look freaked out when they talk about it. And I think there's more to this than I even know. I don't claim to have all the answers, but we've covered so many military operations, and a lot of them are legitimate, others are treasonous, and we get warned of those by the military personnel that are very patriotic and follow their oaths as Americans a lot better than the average citizen. And I've said this for a decade. The military is the most awake, patriotic group we've got. As absolutely horrible as the minority of police are under federal training doing bad things, the police are the second most awake group. That's why Soros wants us to have a civil war with them. But something's big here, and I need your help to understand what it is in a brainstorming session here today, because stuff's moving really fast. Mark, Chris, TJ, Matt, Jim, Lars, Chris, and others, we're going to go to all of you. Mark, what do you think's going on here, and why do you think they're acting so deceptive, and why do you think they played all these games about me being on their show? I think it was all just so they could claim that they had me on and try to discredit me that way, that I was a coward or was ashamed of myself and wouldn't defend my ideas. What do you think?
Ever since I've been listening to you, you've been reporting on all these huge exercises, and they have never freaked out like this. So it's definitely really weird that they are freaking out on the scale that they are just about this exercise. Someone that has a lot of information that I'd like you to have on, if you could, Dave Hodges.
Sure, your phone's distorting a little bit. Dave who?
Dave Hodges.
Dave Hodges, okay.
Of the Common Sense Show.
Okay, what's he saying?
It's really weird how all these things are lining up at the same time. You've got Rabbi Khan talking about the Shemitah and a financial collapse in September. You got the exercise ending in September. You've got a lot of European militaries doing the same huge exercise that's on a huge scale at the same exact time that we are. You've never had this exercise this big. And it's not just special forces. It's a lot of National Guard, a lot of regular Army.
Oh, well, sure. We've got the backdrop of National Guard all over the country training for civil unrest against Tea Party. I mean, we have the video. Exactly. There's this whole backdrop. Well, then let me ask you this. What do you think Jade Helm could really be? The smokescreen for preparation?
If I was the military and I was going to institute martial law, you would never just roll up the tanks and come and do it. You would want to acclimate everybody and normalize it by having a big exercise. You would want to put the people at ease at first with normalizing it by having a huge drill. It could go live at any time. We're talking about supposedly ISIS, talking about how they have soldiers ready to go out and do something. You've got weapons missing off of bases now. You've got all sorts of just crazy stuff lining up. Scott Bennett, the NSA whistleblower at these Army psyops, he's been talking about this too. And it's all just lining up, and it's just creepy that they're...
Exactly. There is so much activity that it's a 10 on a Richter scale. It's like a fire ant bed, and I can't see all the angles. All I know is all our sources in the military and law enforcement say something big's coming. And I don't know if it's war with Russia, financial collapse, massive ISIS attacks all together. It could be one or all those. It could be more. Great call.
Celebrate the spirit of freedom and liberty upon which our nation was founded at InfoWarsShop.com. Molon Lave is ancient Greek for come and take it. This popular design combines both classic Greek Spartan imagery with modern M16 assault rifles. Now available in women's tees and proudly made in the USA. And now you can protect yourself from corrupt cops with the InfoWars dash cam. It's your car's black box that records all that the driver sees and hears. And introducing the Block It Pocket. It renders your phone undetectable while protecting your private data and your health. Or take back your privacy and protect your personal information by getting your very own Detractor cell phone pouch. So get incredibly high-quality, freedom-based products and help fund the revolution at InfoWarsShop.com.
I have looked at every angle of this, and we're going back to your phone calls in a moment. The out-of-proportion, insane, mega-massive 5-week response where Jade Helm, the military exercise to be conducted in 10 states, it was to be 7, now it's 10. I have never seen such a crazy response to it and so much deception. And a lot of people think that means that something's going to go live during or after Jade Helm. I don't know if that's the case, but the way they're trying to brand patriots as anti-military during this is clearly part of the PSYOP itself, just like the previous PSYOPs and all the training manuals say. Returning vets will attack police departments, will attack military bases with no evidence, no proof, or no history. It's whole cloth. Clearly, as an investigator, if there are attacks, you go to who said that the Patriots were going to do it, because they have no history, when those that are demonizing the Patriots have the motive and kept saying it was coming. I mean, open and shut that you need to have prime suspect be the whole Soros combine. I mean, even Fox News 4 years ago, we ought to do a special report on this, pull all the clips together, went to Democratic Party memos that were only going to like billionaires and 100 millionaires and $1 million donors. Put to you that way, people worth billions. And it was like, don't worry, don't think we're down. We're going to take over. The right wing's going to stage terror attacks, and we're going to blame it on the general conservative movement, and we're going to take over. And it's paper thin that they're clearly talking about false flags in those. And we're going to blame talk radio and take it over and end free speech. And you look at all that and all the preparations and the confidence of these people. We come out against Jade Helm. They roll the military out. They have provocateurs attack the military. And I'm wargaming here. I'm not saying this is news. I'm saying I've really soul-searched. I've thought about this. I've prayed about it. And then I realized just about an hour ago, and then again just a few minutes ago, that the whole battle plan pretty much has clicked in as my prime projection. Doesn't mean it's what's going to happen, but folks know that usually it is what happens when I break down these analyses, because I just live this stuff. They may attack troops during Jade Helm, because they keep saying, isn't this dangerous to have the military out now, and these people have lied about them? And I kept saying years ago, they would then attack military during drills, blame us for it, and then start the Civil War that way. And then they'll use the giant drill to bootleg putting in their mercenaries or foreign forces who will launch the attack with compartmentalization, and then it's blamed on us, and that's how they start the Civil War. And then they've got me as the main progenitor of the whole Jade Helm criticism, and then they can criticize Governor Abbott, Ted Cruz, Louis Gohmert, and others and tie them to it, and claim that we hype people up to carry out the terror attack against Jade Helm. I've got them. That's their plan. I've got their ass. That's it, people. I'm telling you right now, that's their plan. I have war gamed this in my brain. I've prayed. That is their plan. We've got them. That's it. That's why they're so freaked out on these shows, why they're acting like they're on the main bridge, the main attack. I mean, it's like it's the Battle of Midway to them. They are just shaking because this is it. I can see it in their eyes. They're acting crazy. They're acting jumpy. They're moving, folks. They're moving. They're moving. And I don't know why I didn't see it sooner. Oh, my God. They're about to drop the hammer. Oh, we've now got it. Oh, my gosh. And this was clicking last night. It was clicking today. It was clicking last week, but I just didn't want to believe it. And when that caller was talking, it all just crystallized. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. This is their plan. Oh, boy. We're in a lot of trouble. Well, we got to think about how to stop it. Sabotage it, obviously. We've got to sabotage their plan. I mean, we have them. We have them saying for at least 6 years that to every police department, veterans will IED you in the near future. They will bomb you. They will attack with the Tea Party and massive training for it. Now they have a giant HUMET operation for domestic takeover. We've now documented that in the reports confirmed on Friday. The name is confirmed, Jade Helm for domestic operations. We have all the other operations that are admitted as well. And so they're rolling it out, and this is how they do it. And they use Jade Helm to smoke screen it. But now we may have blown their operation, because when the special forces learn about this and when the regular troops learn about it, they'll be decompartmentalized and ready to recognize what happens before it happens, and that may make the enemy pull back during this operation. Now, that's one major vein I know they're preparing for, with all the data, because there's so many pieces of data. When you put them together, just laying them out without placing them where you want, you pull back, you see where they're laying, it's crystal clear. This is a major continuum plan. There are other plans as well. Let's go to one call before we go to break, because I want to get to everybody here. But they are coming after the people. I mean, this is it. Epic information, folks. We have video from Illinois, from Tennessee, from California, from Texas, from Utah, just pouring in. We've been playing it all last week, where they're training the military, National Guard, regular Army, Marine Corps, you name it, to take on veterans, gun owners, conservatives, libertarians. Because in the role-playing, they scream, you know, I'm a gun owner, you can't take my rights, or you can't take my farm. I mean, they're preparing for this war. All of this is going on. And then now we've got media acting like we're crazy if we mention it, but telling the military, prepare, and police departments for veterans to attack you with no proof. You can really see where this is all leading. And I'm trying to get inside their mind. Bottom line, there's giant paramilitary preparations by the police and the military to take on the American people. The military and police have actually raised the alarm, given us incredible information, and others over the years. That's why we're having a debate about it now. And I was talking to CJ during the break, one of the producers of the show, and CJ, you were saying basically what you think the whole plan is and why they're hyping this up. Because we've covered hundreds of operations and always said it's just part of an incremental conditioning. Why are they freaking out so much right now and misrepresenting what we're saying?
I think the worst thing that could possibly happen would be something like a patsy being set up and going out and shooting a GI out in a hayfield and wearing an Infowars.com shirt and making us look that much kookier.
Because they've already gone to shootings before where they were our enemies doing it, like the Poplawski guy that shot 3 cops, a white supremacist who stalked us, hated us, said he was going to kill us. They said he killed the cops for me within 2 hours of his arrest. Now, I forced a retraction in 7 newspapers because it wasn't true, threatening to sue him. But you're absolutely right. That's where this is all going.
Backdrop, that Bastrop little meet and greet they had, people wearing Infowars.com shirts, not just our reporters.
Well, I mean, they've got us in hundreds of papers a day now. They've never given us this much attention, branding us now and connecting us to this. They're making their move. They're making their stand on Jade Helm. And I'm telling you, folks, they're doing this as part of a larger program. They've got something big planned. And then I look at all the police training manuals. They say, you will face veterans. They will attack you soon. They will bomb you. They will kill you. And they tell the military that, too. And the military is like, veterans are going to kill me? But see, then they have black ops attack the military during a drill. Most of it's a legitimate drill. Then the new enemies, the patriots, they buy into this. But the military sees through it, most of them. I don't see this working.
For all
all of recorded history. Civilizations around the world praised the health benefits of silver. At InfoWars Life, our mission is to bring you the highest quality, purest, cleanest, effective colloidal silver on the market today for the lowest price available. You don't have to be a doctor to know. The fall and winter months are the most dangerous time of year in North America when it comes to you and your family's health. InfoWarsLife.com is very excited to announce our biggest run yet of Silver Bullet colloidal silver, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com has taken colloidal silver to the next level using a cutting-edge technique that is free of toxic artificial additives. Now more than ever, it's important to stock up on high-quality Silver Bullet from InfoWarsLife.com and to help others during Christmas by teaching them about the powerful benefits of silver. Secure your Silver Bullet today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Mark, what do you think's going on here, and why do you think they're acting so deceptive, and why do you think they played all these games about me being on their show? I think it was all just so they could claim that they had me on and try to discredit me that way, that I was a coward or was ashamed of myself and wouldn't defend my ideas. What do you think?
Ever since I've been listening to you, you've been reporting on all these huge exercises, and they have never freaked out like this. So it's definitely really weird.
Is the most awake patriotic group we've got. As absolutely horrible as the minority of police are under federal training doing bad things, the police are the second most awake group. That's why Soros wants us to have a civil war with them. But something's big here, and I need your help to understand what it is in a brainstorming session here today, because stuff's moving really fast. Mark, Chris, TJ, Matt, Jim, Lars, Chris, and others, we're going to go to all of you. But, man, they're really freaking out over this big time. And they look freaked out when they talk about it, and I think there's more to this than I even know. I don't claim to have all the answers, but we've covered so many military operations, and a lot of them are legitimate, others are treasonous, and we get warned of those by the military personnel that are very patriotic and follow their oaths as Americans a lot better than the average citizen, and I've said this for a decade. The military, our researchers here at InfoWars, David Knight, Jakari Jackson, Rob Dew, and others, dug into the logo, and there it was, Mastering the Human Domain. Turns out that's the name of an entire Pentagon program fusing domestic intel and sociology and anthropology together for domestic takeover. And they admit that in working with local police. I mean, we knew from the document a lot of it was domestic. And then they lied and said they never said that in the document. But there's something big here in Jade Helm. The globalists are getting ready clearly to roll out more military on the streets of America. The FBI saying brace for al-Qaeda attacks, a.k.a. ISIS attacks any moment. I haven't figured out every angle of this yet, but